I'm Koa, and this is the presentation for my 3D platformer. Since I'm a one-man team, I wonder if I only have 3 minutes for this whole presentation. There's a lot of things to talk about, but I will try to be quick. So after the first midterm presentation, I have tried several things with the AI system in Lumberyard, but it is not as flexible as I thought. I cannot have an AI that copies the player's movement. I can only give the enemy in the game a more complex behavior, and that character I will call the boss. And I designed the simple states for the boss to make it easier for learning. And the boss will initiate learning in combat state, and it will execute an action, go to the swipe or the shoot state, collect the reward for that state, and then go back to combat for another learning cycle. So the goal for this is to make better decisions over time, or for the boss to maximizing the damage done to the player. And we can do this by grouping the attacks together by the distance. But the problem is that there's also the approach attack. This attack is special because it does no damage. It just moves the boss closer to the player so that it has a chance to deal huge damage. So as to not completely ignore one of its 5 moves, this AI must learn not just one but a sequence of actions that will kill the player most efficiently. And the algorithm for these requirements will be Q-learning. The procedure I use here is to record AI playing random actions first. Then I will perform some online learning on this dataset. It would be outside of the game, and the Q value I obtain, I will hard code that into the game, and then I will implement online Q learning into the game so that the AI can adapt to the player's change in playstyle. The data I collected is really simple. So in here for damage, it is the damage per second, DPS. For the other states, for the other integer variables, there are 5 states for each. And overall I have 1200 observations for the first learning phase and 700 observations for the second one. So in total it would be around 3 hours, I think. The model I use here is the rewards are based on action distance pair and how big the damage is. This way the DAI has more incentive to change its attack pattern if it is not effective enough. Here's the code for doing that in C++. It is performed outside of the game, and the result I got is kinda neat. As you can see here in the table at the bottom, the maximums are all on the diagonal of the table. It does not always look like this, but this is the most common form after I tried different parameters. And for the parameters, I use some recommendations from a book. For new here, it should be 0. It should be 0 because the environment of the game is continuous. We have to look at the whole sequence. The AI will need to know the consequences of its action, which one will lead to the best result for it. And then after that, I implement that into Lumberyard. It will be in the human_x.lua. I changed row to 0.1 because we don't want too much randomness. It will not make sense to the player if the AI just do something that does no damage. So that's that. And the result is here. After 700 observations, the AI will prefer attack with a high hit rate. You can see that the wall and the teleport attack has the highest score around here. So I also have some short clips to show the process. For the first one, it's not very interesting because the AI is only doing random attacks. I also have other clips that I will post up on YouTube, and you can look at it as well as my slide. So in here, the player just run around, and then the AI will try to attack the player. It's not very successful here. It took a lot of time for the AI to actually kill me. And here is after we have performed some learning. And if we are too far away, the AI will try to teleport us closer and then try shorter range attacks. This is the same as what I had in the midterm presentation. So the whole Q value table is equivalent to the just one single distance variable that I had. And here I try to play differently. I will try to dodge every attack that the AI throws at me. It's not always easy, but I managed to do it. And we will see the results of this learning in a few seconds. But if you look on the left, the console here, there are some prompts that says choose random actions. That will be the randomness that we need so that the AI can actually adapt to the player's playstyle. So if the AI sees that the player is more aggressive or play more timidly this time, then it will change all of its preferences. It will choose different attacks. And for the final clip here, you will see that it will choose the wall and the teleport attack a lot because they have higher hit rate and it is more effective than the other attack. So in the end, I guess the result is kind of satisfying, but I still feel weird because I want to make a simple platformer where you don't have any violence, but well, instead I have this kind of Dark Souls boss now. But well, it all turned out well, so I had a lot of fun, and thank you very much. That's it for my presentation.